Today we come with a little sad news of the passing and the announcement of an old boss of ours, a Midwood Ambulance, Anthony Rapisarda, passed away February 22nd, Saturday, at his home. I believe he was on hospice and died due to cancer. We just want to give our condolences to the Rapisarda family. Both Dubby and I worked at Midwood Ambulance. Dubby a lot longer than I did for... Dub, how long? How long were you there?
15 years.
15 years. I was working there for just about a little over 4 years.
Anthony, yeah.
Towards the end of Big Ant's reign at Midwood Ambulance. I even was there after he was gone back in 2018. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his kids, his wife, his grandkids. Just an absolute shame. Gentle giant, the best way I could describe him. I didn't, experience too much time with him, but the interactions that I had with him were of good ones. They were always positive. He would always take his time out of his day to say hello to you, no matter who you were. I observed that with him, with many employees over the years during my time there. I'm sure Dub, can say the same and more. And, just again, an accomplished man was, between him and the generations of his family, worked at Midwood Ambulance for nearly 60 plus years. And he leaves behind a huge legacy, and it's a big loss for the EMS community. And again, my condolences go out to the family. Dub, you have the floor.
Yeah, like you asked me, I worked with Anthony almost 14 years at the company. I met him 20 years ago this year for my first day. Like I've said online, and you said it. Everyone said that. He's a gentleman, a genuine man. He no pushover whatsoever, but he was a real good guy, more than a boss. And like I said, like the work daddy, it was almost a father figure like at Midwood for so many workers. And it's crazy because we all met 5, 10, 20 years ago, and we're going to go celebrate his life tomorrow night in New Jersey. But we all met, and we were all kids almost, or very young adults. And then just me watching all of these people over the years mature and evolve and have families. A lot of these people met at Midwood Ambulance, and it's crazy. People, and there's so many relationships. So many people I've met, good friends of mine, loved ones, I met there at a time in our lives when we are still nurturing new relationships. And, that time, we all 20 something, most of us. Yeah. So, Anthony, great guy, man, a very tough loss, for all of us. His family, the EMS family. Me personally, I know Anthony had a lot of love for me, and I knew that, and I reciprocated it to him. I let him know as much as I could or felt like I should. But great guy, Anthony Rapisarda, the boss, Big Ant. Like I said, it's almost like a father figure. He's 20 years older than me, so I'm the age of him when he met me. And now he's about 45, I guess. Rest in peace, Big Ant, man. Shit. And I'll be at his service tomorrow night in Freehold, New Jersey.
It's nice of you.
Playing Matty.
Nice of you to do that. I'm sure he would, he would really appreciate that. I'm sure it's going to be a big turnout. Yeah. Was it Freehold, New Jersey? Yeah, Freehold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be a huge
New
turnout.
Jersey.
That's it, man.
Italian guy, Brooklyn to New Jersey. Yeah.
Old time Brooklyn resident, Big Ant, and big lover of the Mets, big lover of St. John's basketball.
Cowboys.
Big lover of the Cowboys.
He was never really a maniac with his teams. He was more of a like a, guys. He's a Cowboy fan. So as far as I know them, they haven't done anything. The Red Storm, we used to be like every year, they're going to get one of these. And now the Red Storm are real good. He was watching them, even before up to his passing, he's watching them. They're 25-4 now, so hopefully they going to run. And I know you're hoping the Mets going to run for Ed. Yeah, dude, for Ed.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that a little bit. That would be nice, right? We're not off to a good start, that's for sure. A couple
St.
injuries
John's
already.
Red Storm is though. The
Yes,
Red Storm,
wouldn't that be something else? St. John's to do it, and
big.
it's kind of recent,
Storm,
right?
man.
It's a month away, or it's about to start actually. So we're about to get on
tonight is their last game of the regular season.
I'm about to say, yeah, not even a month away. So yeah, wouldn't that be something else? See, the Johnny's going to run. We just wanted to start our show today with a little bit of tribute to him. Again, in a weird way, Dubby and I maybe aren't doing this if it wasn't for Big Ant and giving us an opportunity at Midwood. We don't meet each other, so it's just a connection that we have forever, that we'll forever have with this show. So,
and that's what I was saying, Matty. All those that's just one relationship.
Yeah.
These are hundreds of people, scores of people who went through there. Solid people, all these good, decent people, EMTs, people who wanted to get a job to help people,
Yeah.
And they all went through there and nurtured by this guy. And me and Matty, yes, once again, like he said, Anthony actually was like, because I'm seasoned when I meet Matty. I'm seasoned at Midwood, like new guy, fucking new guy. So he's like, yeah, you gotta work this kid Matty. So every time I'm working with someone different, I usually work with the same 2, 3, 4 people. So when I work with a new, I'm like, who's this guy? Better have a good day with this guy. I want to do what I would do. And he's like, hey, listen, sports radio guy, you guys will be fine. Like he knew, I guess. I don't know you guys before that. And then
he was a supporter. He was a supporter. I know he was. He would follow my socials and all. We didn't talk like that, after.
Right. Yeah, he respected your. Yeah, he knew what time
did.
It was.
Yeah, for sure.
He knew he was my buddy too. He knew he was my guy.
Yeah. So, love Big Ant. They never had a bad thing, and he treated his employees with respect. He really did. It's few and far between to find in the workplace nowadays. Like he really did care. He showed that, especially with some of the turnouts, the cookouts, things like that. He just was a good guy to be around, and you just never had an issue, And if you had a gripe against anything that was going on, work-wise, whatever, he would definitely hear you out and sit down with you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if you're full of shit, he'll tell you too.
That's true. Yeah, you better come correct. Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to be right, bro. Especially if you're gonna argue with him.
Absolutely. It was, he was.
Especially if you're gonna argue with him, you got to be right, because he's not gonna. But like I said, and you can argue with him, you can curse you out even the next day. He's hey, what's up? Damn, I like people like that because we're working. Shit happens. Shit get heated. It's family. So even work family, it's family. You fight, you argue, whatever. You're doing the right thing. So we both know we need to be doing the right thing, and that's what it's all about.
Like Dan said in the chat, he was the realist, and he was, and it's a huge loss to the EMS community. Huge loss to his family and friends, and he leaves behind a huge legacy. And again, for those who are out there supporting. In Freehold tomorrow,
I'm getting choppy now, right?
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. But we just want to say, give our condolences to the family and friends of the Rapisardas, and rest in peace, Big Ant. All right, gone too soon at the age of 65. Passed away at home Saturday, February 22nd. Rest easy, big guy.
Broadcasting from the capital of sports, it's the Matty B Show. Right here on Epis Sports Radio. Matty B on Epis Sports Radio.
And swung on and into the air. To deep right center. That ball is high. That is far. It is gone. Very deep is right. Hits one deep to left field. Headley back near the wall.
That was tough.
The Mets win the ball game. A 60-point game for Cody Green. They're up by 3. It's over. Eric Decker holds it in. The Jets win in overtime.
back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to Epis Sports Radio. We just opened the show with a little bit of tribute to former boss Big Ant, passed away recently, and we just had to do that for him as something that we care deeply about. We didn't actually stream for about a week now, so we heard about the news recently. We just wanted to take our time on it and get to it and do that for him. So it's a beautiful thing, and I know me and Dub feel strongly about it. So Big Ant, rest in peace, my guy. In other news, on the subject of interesting passing,
Matty,
what's
we
the
have
matter?
to acknowledge the Midwood attire. We can't just
Oh
go
well,
past
all right. Yeah. I did kind of fly it. I did kind of show it in the beginning, baby. I broke it out.
I'm a little jelly.
Broke it out. Broke it out.
I'm supposed to be the big senior Midwood guy. I don't have that stuff.
I saved it. I kind of
I might have some Midwood
donated
stuff
some
at
of
my
my other
mom's.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure you
got
do.
one of them, though.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
saved one of the shirts. I like this one with the patch. This was the one that I always liked wearing. Like you said, I don't have the 50th anniversary one. You got that one,
Right there.
But
I might have that at mom's. I should. Oh, that's awesome.
Listen,
that's why I'm
it's
smiling.
proof,
You talking
though.
about Aunt being
It's
gone,
proof,
I got a
though.
big smile on my face. You're talking about Aunt being gone, and I'm over here on the TV like this, like
All right.
smiling. Like, but it's the Midwood stuff. That's dope, man. What a touch.
It's this is proof that I worked there at least long enough to call myself a Midwood employee, because this thing is weathered. All right,
You put in
this
work.
is
You were putting in
faded,
work
you
during
know.
COVID.
I did. I worked quite a lot. Yeah.
You worked during COVID. Even after I left, you were still growing.
Yeah. I left, I guess, towards the middle to end of COVID, but I was there at the beginning.
Right.
I was running emergencies in Chinatown before COVID was hitting. People were suspecting COVID was around, and I was like, I swear, there was one call, bro. There was one call in Chinatown. I swear she had COVID. I was like, yeah, she probably got it.
Yeah, you knew she did.
I knew it, bro. I was like, yeah, this is the episode. This is the beginning. I felt it, bro.
Had one.
It was 2 weeks later, bro.
Mask.
Yeah. This is before it.
Had 190 mask.
This is before, though. This is before they were even really going hard with that.
January,
we
February.
had it. We had the mask, but people were still not really using it.
Right.
And it was on that call where I was like, all right, maybe I should put it on.
This shit is real. But you know what? I already was kind of nervous because the streets were different. They were dried up. There was no traffic in Brooklyn. Not no traffic, but it was just weird. It was very moderate, and that's unheard of. Weekdays in Brooklyn, New York, in the January, what the heck? No, it's traffic every day, all day.
Well, when it first really took off, right? Yeah.
No, not first take off. I'm talking about after the All-Star break, after the Rudy Gobert situation, when people started knowing in my video, but people started knowing a little bit. But I kind of knew before. I kind of was worried about it 2 weeks before. I was like, this is kind of real, because I was doing. My camera's pissing me off, man.
I know.
Yeah, I was doing
your audio
I was
still
doing
good.
The YouTube. Yeah, my audio too.
Your audio's good. Your audio's
YouTube
good.
show. Okay, I was doing the YouTube show, and so I was always looking for content, and I kept seeing this, and the reports were peculiar.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, what is this shit? I didn't feel, So maybe I knew way before anyone. No, I didn't. But I know. But I definitely was worried and had a little anxiety. Then by the time February came, when Gobert that happened, it was over. That after the NBA All-Star break, then businesses just started shutting down. So it changed everything.
Yeah, that was a weird time, man.
What a
but
time!
yeah,
That was 5 years ago.
I definitely put in
5
some
years
time, man. It's weathered. It's old. I'm glad I still have it. I thought I got rid of the hat. I'm like, oh no, I have to have it somewhere. I was like,
you look
right
you
before
look
the
like
show.
when I met you, bro.
Yeah, a little
You
bit.
look
Right?
like when I met you.
Listen, the shirt don't fit the same though around the belly. All right, still. Well, I'm getting better. I'm getting.
You've been running,
bro.
You just
I know.
ran half a marathon.
I know, but. It's on. It's good. It's not as bad as it was at my worst when the belly was a little big, because the belly was getting a little bit big there, But I'm actually fitting in and out. You remember when I first
This guy
started,
just
though?
ran a half a marathon. Yeah, this guy, don't listen to this guy. This guy just ran a half a marathon, man. Don't listen to this guy.
Yeah, that was
He's gonna make light of
that
it.
was tough, man. Those Harlem Hills suck, by the way. Okay, I did a half marathon in Central Park on Sunday, and damn, man, it was the first time I've ever experienced the Harlem Hills. Like I've heard about them, I've seen them. I just never like ran them myself. So yeah, Taskmaster half marathon. 13.1 miles. That ain't nothing, baby. That ain't
Maddie's
nothing.
a monster now. This guy
That ain't
turned to a
nothing, guy.
monster.
Yeah. That ain't nothing. I got a full marathon next month, and then a 50-mile
Hey guys,
ultra
Maddie,
marathon in
listen
May.
to this guy right here, this Matty guy. He's got like 2 months off coming. And we running every morning, Matty. You're gonna get me back out here, like that.
Oh, for sure. My running.
We're running. Yeah, we're gonna run,
miles.
and then we're streaming, run and stream,
Yep.
run and
Yeah.
stream.
No, that's for sure.
You know,
that's happening. Yeah.
you take care of the babies
I
in the
have
morning,
to,
and then
man.
we run and stream.
I have to. I
This is it.
got that 50-mile race coming up in May. I gotta fucking prepare for that, bro. You know, that's a ultra marathon. Man. You know, that's the big boys.
I'm gonna.
Not gonna lie, I was hurting a little bit yesterday. I almost shit my pants. Well, not yesterday, on Sunday.
You shitted on you.
No, bro.
You shitted yourself. People don't know, man, it's
The
real.
last 2 miles, bro. I was struggling. I was basically clenching my cheeks while running. Like, and so
should've
I
let it go, man.
I had, bro. I almost did. Like, there was one point where it was like I kind of like farted a little bit,
Man.
and I kind of accepted, like, if it happened, it happened. I was
You
trying.
guys got, running, man. When you run, your belly, whatever you've got going on in there, it's gonna loosen up. You talk about 13 miles.
It was interesting though, because I've run a
supposed
full
to bring-
marathon and
didn't
it's
you-
not happened before, you know.
Matt, you're supposed to bring the spare underwear, to the race.
Well, I
So
did
you
have
poop,
Dorothy on standby. I did have Dorothy on
Right,
standby with
she had
extra
to-
clothes, you know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but nah,
Yeah.
it was bad, bro. Like I literally I was trying to go for a PR. I was trying to finish like below 155, like 1 hour 55 minutes. I think my best
Taskmaster for real.
my best half marathon was like 1 hour 57 and like change. But so I finished with 2 hours and 3 minutes because I just slowed down. The last 5K, bro, I had to slow down because my body was giving out on me. I felt like I was gonna shit myself. I was like, so
But
I'm like,
bro, you can't. That happened. I mean, you gotta let, bro. I know you guys. This is crazy. I know it's running stuff, but I know you number one. I know you did number one. You stopped and did one, or you just let it go.
Oh, bro, like I finished and like I came to a steady walk. I finished, grabbed my medal. Dorothy's like, hey, I'm like, come on, let's fucking go, let's go. I'm like, let's go. I'm like, let's go. There's a fucking, and I'm like, where the fuck's the porta potties? They had like 1,500 porta potties at the beginning of the race. They got rid of all those because you started and you finished in a different area. So
they're getting ready to go home, bro.
So there was like just 2 porta potties at like the end of the race. It was about like 50 yards after the finish line. So I'm like fucking like scurrying. Now I gotta wait online. I almost shit my pants right there, bro. I was 1 kilometer away from shitting my pants. So I finally get in there. I finally get in there.
Sorry, guys.
I must have been in there for like a good 25 minutes. It's bad, bro. And that's the first time I've ever shit in a porta potty, by the way. I've never had to do that. That sucked too. At least it wasn't too bad.
13 miles, bro, man.
And then I got to shit. I couldn't even enjoy it. I had to go straight to the porta potty, shit myself, then like collect myself. All right, get out. Oh, okay.
Right.
Now my legs are broken.
Careful,
Oh man. It was a shitty experience, man.
You gotta be careful, man. From races, man. I mean, if you give a damn, but I mean,
it was tough, man. It was tough.
I ran at 14 and 13 and a half, at 13.1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get me, like I said, man. I'm out there, bro. Sunday, I'll be back. Yeah,
just
Sunday,
do it, baby. Just do it. Yeah.
I'm not giving you 13. I'm gonna give you 3 on Sunday.
Oh no, well, you gotta start out slow, bro. Don't go crazy. Don't kill the body. 3, you do the 3 miles. You do the 6. 5K, 10K.
You know what we do for sure.
Yeah, bro. In 2 weeks, you'll be running freaking marathon.
Maybe a 6.
Jesus.
10K, yeah.
No, for
But yeah,
sure.
man,
For sure.
I don't. Yo, running 2 years ago and running this year is not the same for me, bro. My body, I swear, my body's.
Yeah, when you
He's
take
on a
off
different
for a
end.
little bit, it changes. Even me, when I kind of like last 2 months, I dialed back a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So like, because the race previous to this one was a full marathon back in September and of last year, and yeah, I honestly I felt even worse after this one, after the half marathon, than I did that one. You know what I'm saying? So it really does a
Yeah.
toll on your body when you're not
You
like
gotta
getting
be
up.
careful. You pass
You
out,
know,
man.
yeah. Yeah,
Pass
if you're
out
not
is
ramping
a
up
fact.
those miles and you're really putting in the work, it's tough, man. But it was good overall. It was a good experience. I
Yeah,
had fun, man.
awesome, man.
And just the
So,
last 2 miles sucked balls. But
yeah.
yeah,
So guess what? We got guys. We got so Maddie. We're still on next weekend. We got some plans.
yes,
Me and Maddie
yes,
B. So we got a lot of stuff. Yeah, we got that Port St. Lucie trip
it's
we're
gonna be
planning
awesome,
on
man.
doing.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, so we're definitely.
coming down to Florida, March 7th. We're gonna hit that game March 9th. Apparently, Evan
We
Roberts
are.
from WFAN is gonna be there, so we're gonna try to
Yeah, we're gonna run
locate.
up on Evan for sure.
Yeah, run up on him hard.
Yeah, we're not taking. We're not gonna. I mean, we're confident, so we're gonna go talk to Evan, guys.
Why not? I mean, I'm sure he would
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Evan's gonna. Yeah, he
Somebody
is.
recognize him in Florida. I'm like, oh,
Uh, Port St. Lucie is Met Hev, yo.
it is. He'll be
All Met
recognized
fans,
there for sure.
yeah, Met fans are gonna go through Port
Yeah.
St. Lucie, one time or another. Spring training. Yeah, that Nationals game on the 9th. We're gonna get down there, Maddie.
Yeah, man.
That's gonna
I
be
can't
fun,
wait.
man.
Can't wait for
Vegas
that.
Park.
Hopefully, it's a good game. They're not playing the previous day, and it's like a Sunday matinee
You might
type
get
game.
CC Soto, yeah. We
Right, you might see Soto, might see a good lineup actually. So,
Don't talk to me about
you
no
know.
damn Soto. I don't want to hear about no damn Soto. Soto.
Man, that was a good little viral clip that we had there. I did want to announce right off the top, since we were talking about Big Ant passing away and all that, we had a passing in the sports world, and especially in sports media. Al Trotwick, longtime voice of MSG Network, passed away at the age of 68. Similar in Big Ant's age as well. And just a shame, man. I grew up watching Al. He was just a face I'll never forget. My dad grew up watching him, loved Al. All the Knicks stuff, Rangers stuff. Just he was a big
MSG.
staple of MSG, man. You'd always see him. See him on the commercials, see him on the talk shows, all that. Been around for a long time. Was revered not only locally but nationally as one of the best to do it. Rest in peace, Al, man. What a shame there. It's just tough news to hear, and especially for something that we do, we're doing now. Again, kind of hits close, and it's a shame, man. He was, I look up to him for sure. I try to, learn, from him and certain things and the way he does things. So it's terrible loss, man. Terrible loss for that, especially
Agreed.
here in New York, I know you've been watching him a long time, right, Dub?
Yeah, I've been watching
Yeah.
Al since I was little boy.
Yeah.
And watching evolution of his hair.
Yeah,
Just by hearing his voice, knowing his voice, but and like you said, yeah, he's
you
one of
knew
those
Al
guys,
with
yo.
him.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys, of a lot of influence. Maddie just said it. A lot of influence on him. And I got 10 years on Maddie. So right there, that's just a decade. Or he's been in the business for over 30 years or 40 years. On MSG, I believe.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
That loss, it's a lot, man, time is gone, God's coming to get whoever he wants. So,
I mean, just for like a little reminder, like Trotwick won 4 national Emmy awards. Like this guy, and a New
He was
York
a staple.
Sportscaster of the Year award. Yeah.
He makes you think of all those guys, Marv and Mike Quick doing the high school, just that whole MSG scene, I think. And it starts with that.
Yeah, your audio's kicking there a little bit, bro. He covered 16 Olympic Games for NBC, ABC, CBS. Excuse me. Began his career calling New York Apollo soccer games in 1978. Jesus. You good there, bro? Yeah. Now I restarted because the audio there. Yeah, he covered 16-game Olympic Games for NBC, ABC, CBS, and began his career calling New York Apollo soccer games in 1978 for Adelphi's student-run radio station, WBAU, before broadcasting their matches on WMCA radio after graduating. Trotwick started at MSG in 1989. So again, rest in peace, Al. A lot of passing. Don't they come in threes? Are we going to get number 3? Where's that going to come from? Hope not. But, shame. Big shame. All right, well, Dub situates his camera over there. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Taskmaster, appreciate it for stopping by. Dan, thank you for stopping by as well. Always appreciate the support. If you haven't already done so, please hit the follow button and make sure those notifications are on. So that way you get notified when we go live next time we do. So let's talk a little basketball. All right, because we haven't been on for a week. A lot been going on. And my Knicks have been getting smacked around a little bit by the big top-tier teams in the league, and it's starting to piss me off. Dub says he's going to be here in a second. All good. No problem, bro. Gene, what's up, bro? Great show. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Always stopping by. So, yeah, Knicks. Let's talk about it, because, again, they're really starting to piss me off, and you know, here we are. You know, I hear a lot of people talking about how the Knicks are pretenders. Another bad loss the other day, getting smacked around. Was it by the Celtics, I believe, right? Unfortunately, I'm not able to even watch the games out here because of this whole cable issue. I know SNY or is SNY or MSG. I believe they just came out with a package. Be able to get you. So the only way I do is freaking illegal streaming. But trying to look up the recent games for the next year, just so I have reference. All right, yeah. So back-to-back games again that they've lost. Celtics 118-105. Yeah, just smacked them around. I know we've been dealing with some injuries. OG's been banged up. Josh Hart's been banged up. Whatever. Mitch returning is still a question mark. I heard an audio clip this morning from WFAN saying that he was going to be coming back really, really soon. Still no specific date on his return. So, again, after these two big losses, I think now the Knicks, I think it was a stat like they're 0-7 or 0-8 against the top-tier teams. And we're talking specifically like OKC, Celtics, Cavaliers. I think those three teams, could be forgetting one that is involved in that, but I believe it's those three that are involved with that stat. And again, they haven't beat them. I understand it's a terrible look. They've played terrible pretty much in all those games. A lot of those are not even remotely close. It's tough. I know they're not where I'd like them to be, but I'm not going to necessarily sit here and say the Knicks are pretenders at this point. They're here. They're in the league, man. They're out there. They're one of the best teams in the league. I think we got to acknowledge that. All right, and I understand, losing Hartenstein, losing DiVincenzo, and just kind of taking an axe to their depth last year, and the way they play basketball in general. Excuse me. Really, really hurt them in the long run. At least, for this year and potentially next. It's going to be interesting what they see, what they do going forward in free agency. Obviously, unable to make a move here at the deadline, which or at least a significant move at the deadline. Meanwhile, you got teams trading for Luka, you got teams trading for big guy names, and then big contributions, and Knicks kind of just staying put. Now, tells me they may be waiting for free agency. You got some rumors that Giannis coming to New York, whatever. I'll see it when I believe it. I don't even want to entertain those type of rumors right now. I'm worried about what's going on. Mitch coming back is basically, especially at this time of the year, is basically, making a trade acquisition. All right? Hopefully he can come back healthy, full strength, and really be the Mitch Robinson that I know he could be. I love Mitch. Been a big fan of Mitch for pretty much all his career, But it's now at the point where it's like, okay, can we get some value out of this guy? I thought they were going to trade him, before the deadline. That didn't happen. So, can we get some value here? Can he maybe resurrect his defense and kind of light a spark under this team? I think there's potential for it for sure. Is it going to be the answer to winning a championship? Probably not. I just don't think they're there. And again, I mean, it says a lot for teams like OKC. For some reason, I think they could beat Boston. I do think they don't match up well with the Cavs. I think Cavs got their number. I know Boston smacked them around recently. They weren't at full strength. I have a feeling like we could find a way to beat Boston. I don't think that. So, again, there's a bit of a path. And, I'm not sold. I know Boston's kind of just going through the motions. I get it. They're one of the best teams. Kind of remind me like Kansas City, where it's, what we see with them this year. It's kind of like a laissez-faire approach. They can just do whatever they need to do to get through the regular season just so they can ramp up, be healthy. I mean, this team's very good. I'm not going to undermine them. They could, by any means, win another championship. There's no doubt about it. I don't want to see that. That'd be terrible. I would hate that with a passion if, I've seen Boston win again. But I think there's like a weird path for the Knicks, especially if Mitch can light a fire under this team's ass. I just do. But yeah, that's just the Knick fan in me rooting. If I'm betting, my money is either on OKC or Cavs to do it all. I'm not so sure if both of those two teams will be in the finals. Maybe it looks a little different. I guess in the West too, you gotta worry about some other teams. But those are the teams that really concern me. And again, those are teams that the Knicks have struggled with. Now, I was gonna, it's a shame that Dub's audio and is having issues over here. I wanted to get his take on this. Hopefully, we could get him back in. LG was saying, how you feel about shutting down of Wemby and the 76ers not wanting to shut down Embiid? The 76ers, let's see, their hopes are completely shot, right? They're not even on the spectrum. Yeah, 20-37, this season's over. I'm surprised they haven't shut down Embiid at this point. That doesn't make any sense. He's not eligible for any awards as far as I know, right? I think that news came out the other day. He sat out far too much, had been out far too much. They're not in contention. They probably bode well for them to draft, get a good draft position. I'm surprised they're not shutting him down because he's the type to just, all right, no problem. I don't have to play. It's all good. I'll still collect the check. It'll be all right. So I don't understand what's going on there. Maybe he's going to play out a little bit more. I mean, you don't got much more to go, right? 57 games. So, 25 games left. That's not bad. Maybe he plays 10 more and they shut him down for the last 15. All right. Maybe he doesn't even play 10 more and he's kind of is around for like the next 10 games. Maybe plays 8 and they shut him down for like the last 15 of the year. I think the problem with shutting him down could be coming from the league as well. I don't think Silva wants to see it because it'd be considered a tank, especially 25 games out. It's an obvious tank at that point unless they can, use the loophole of, hey, he's out on injury. All right, fine. we'll take it. Maybe that's the case, but it's really got to be convincing for them to not get fined and not get penalized by the league, because I know Silva's been looking out for that. So I don't know. Wemby, that is just probably the biggest news that has come out. Right. I kind of almost forgot about it and everything that's been going on, but huge loss for the league, and for the fan, and for him. This guy was well on his way to becoming a Defensive Player of the Year. Will not be eligible for that. I mean, I think he was averaging over 3 blocks, 3.5 blocks, something ridiculous. The numbers are just absurd for Wemby. And a shame, to see him go down, especially because, we were looking at the Spurs like they could make a push. I mean, I thought personally, I think me and Dubby are on record for saying, I think we wrote it down on one of our predictions, playoff predictions, at the deadline, after the deadline, post-deadline, that Spurs were going to find a way to get in. Right now, they're sitting at number 12, 24, and 31. But you could kiss all that goodbye now. Now the tank is completely on after the Wemby injury. They've lost 2 straight, and you could pretty much kiss it goodbye. Realistically, they weren't too far out at the deadline. I believe they were a little bit closer than they are now. I think to get into the play-in, it would require about 6 to 7 games there. 6-7 game difference. So even now, it's still a big step to make. But with Wemby in the mix, bringing in Fox, that was huge. It was a huge addition for them. Yeah, you had CP3 there playing well. That whole combination was looking good, and then boom, it just falls right out underneath you and ends that. And who knows what's going to happen to him going forward? You seen Chris Bosh deal with this type of career-ending issue with the blood clot. Not necessarily the same case here. It depends on where the blood clot is and where it may travel to, things like that. So it's a very tricky situation, but we know for sure, especially, being EMTs, all that, when you have blood clot like this, it's the only way to treat it is going in there and removing it for one, and then even if you're going to do that, you're going to be put on blood thinners anyway to prevent any further clotting going forward. So what that means is that he cannot play any contact sport for at least 6 months to a year. And it really depends on how his body recovers and whether other clots present going forward. That can be career-ending, and that would be one of the saddest career-ending injuries or medical issues of all time. And I really hope for our sake and for his sake and for that franchise that is not the case. It would just be, it's like Shohei Ohtani going down at this very moment, forever. It was sad enough to see him be shelled off from pitching for a year. Could you imagine just Wemby no longer, playing because of that. So I hope a quick, speedy recovery. We obviously, like I said, that timetable we're not going to know from until a year from now, really where he's at. We'll probably start to hear, at the 6, 7, 8 month mark, and really, see, a timetable for a potential return. I'm sure there'll be updates about his ongoing condition, but it's going to be a few months before we really hear anything concrete with that. So again, thank you, Gene, for bringing that up. It's a tough loss for the league, tough loss for the Spurs. I know I've been hearing the rumors that they're now, the tank is on and that they're going to get, what's his name, Cooper Flag or whatever. Listen, this guy is ridiculous. He looks good, looks promising, and if anybody could grab him, they'd be lucky to do so. So wouldn't that be something? It's kind of similar to how the Spurs got Tim Duncan back in the day. That was the comparisons there. So wouldn't that be something else? I mean, this franchise always finds a way. And in other news, Actually, with the Spurs, Greg Popovich, news about him coming out recently. He's dealing with a medical issue. I'm not sure if they really came out and announced what exactly the issue was. I think they're being a bit private about it, but he's not expected to return to the Spurs at all this season. So that's, again, another big blow. They've been doing this without him this whole time, and kind of handling. He's been out for, a majority of the season, right? If not pretty much all of it. So just a rough, recent snap for the Spurs, and a couple of issues between their coach and the star player. I mean, it's been a rough road. You're thinking post trade deadline there was a path to potential playoffs for them, but man, it's kind of taking a turn for the worse for them a little bit. Gene saying the fact he played in the Olympics coming off injury was a slap in the face to the 76ers fans. Yeah, this guy is interesting, man. I hate him. I mean, hate's a strong word. He's not my favorite type of modern day player for sure. I think his legacy in this league is going to take a hit because of things like this, his unwillingness to participate at times. I hear him.
You hear me?
Oh, he's back, ladies and where are you?
Matty, we'll just talk the audio for now. This video's kicking my butt.
That's all right.
I've been heard listen to every word. I've been here listening.
I know you are.
I heard you talk about Wemby, the NBA, the Knicks. How disgusted you were.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I kind of diverted from the Knicks a little bit there because Gene was, having me talk about the 76ers and Embiid shutting down, Wemby injury, all that. I was just getting off the topic with Greg Popovich. Spurs have really been having a bad stretch of news, post-trade deadline. So, yeah, it's been rough for them.
Gino's a national kind of guy, so he's gonna have you talking all around the sports nation.
Yeah.
So he'll pull you out that New York scene quick.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, definitely. We need that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Do you want me to touch on any? You want me to touch on the Knicks a little bit?
Go for it, man. Whatever you like. Yeah,
all
we
right,
could do Knicks. We could get back into that for sure.
All right. So I heard
you. Wait, hold on. Before you can't fix your camera, right? Like, what's going on with that?
I can give it a shot.
I don't mind. Yeah, or just leave it like that. That way I have your face.
Here we go. Let's see if this works.
Okay, there you go.
All
It's good.
We're in there.
That's it.
Yeah, so the Knicks. You were saying you were comparing them, some of the teams, the better teams in the league, and how they can't beat them, and all this stuff is true. The Knicks are not in that upper echelon of the league. That Boston, Cleveland, OKC you were talking about. Then there's another tier, I would say. I think the Knicks are somewhere there. The Denver, Knicks. I think Denver's better than the Knicks, and they're more. I think they have a better chance of winning an NBA championship than the Knicks. But I would still put them in that tier, the Denvers and maybe the Dallases, and even the Lakers show in there now. But I mean, I don't know what we're missing. Like you said, the deadline's gone. Mitchell Robinson, maybe. They look like, I mean, at the same time, though, Matt, this is still the regular season. Mikal Bridges is not going to be the same player he is in February that he's going to be in May. He probably should be better. Some guys might get worse. There's a lot that can happen, but getting Robinson back is huge, though. So that's definitely something they need because Towns can't guard anybody.
Yeah.
Anyone. And neither can Jalen. Your two best players can't guard anyone.
Right. I think that's what a lot of people are overlooking with this is that, I think you're underestimating the presence of Mitchell Robinson if he's healthy and if he's ready to go. Because it changes the whole dynamic. You take Cat in a more appropriate position where he could be on, the starting rotation at the 4. You got Mitch at the 5. It just stretches the depth a little bit. But again, they're one injury away from having absolutely zero chance. They still need to be, full strength, completely healthy. They can't be the banged up team didn't work last year. It didn't work it's not going to work now.
No.
So they really need, and we know that's just not really realistic. So I'm talking about perfect case, ideal scenario.
Yeah.
Everybody's healthy. Mitch is rocking and rolling, doing his thing.
A little bit of luck, yo.
Right, and a little bit of luck. You never know. There could be a path in which there's a team. Maybe there's an upset, but it's just you never know. Listen,
I mean, as a Knicks fan, you probably would want them compared to last year to go further. They had a nice little run, but second round, and I don't think the conference finals is going to be satisfying. But
no, it's not because
be
I'm still looking at this team like they're title contender. But I understand that they're just maybe that tier below. You got to be realistic. But again, is there a path? There might be. But I don't know.
I watched Jokic last night, man. He's so good, man.
No, he's ridiculous. But he's so good in a lazy way. It just doesn't even seem right,
better. And I was looking at them, and I was thinking about the Knicks, and I was like, are the Knicks better than these Denver guys?
Yeah.
And I was looking at the team, the players they have.
I think with a good Mitch, they'll give Denver a run for their money. I personally think so. I don't think Denver is as good.
Minnesota won that back end of that home and home they had with OKC. They were down 20 last night.
I know.
Won. Unbelievable.
That's one thing with OKC too. It's as good as they've been during the regular season. they're really young, and maybe come playoff time will the moment be a little bit too big for them. I don't
know because they were number 1 seed last year.
Yeah,
so you know what it is to be good.
But they're still a young team, and they
got experience though, man.
Well, they're getting their experience for sure, but they don't have the experience like Denver does.
So if you feel like OKC's young, how do you feel about Cleveland? They're seasoned. They should be seasoned then, because they've been on the same trajectory.
I feel good about Cleveland. Actually, I feel I do. I feel right now, if Cleveland, Knicks, or Boston, I'd pick Cleveland to go to the finals.
Right.
I would. Wow. That's where I'm at with them right now. Again, you can't really discredit Boston and what they're doing. I think they kind of just look like they're going through the motions. They don't really care. It's all right.
And they've earned that.
Right. It's okay, we're just going to get there. It's Kansas City Chief approach, bro. They just know, they know they're good, and they are damn good. They could just turn it up. I feel like, the Knicks are like that too at times, but they're not, the depth is not the same. They match up with Cleveland, but I think Cleveland's slightly better. I do. I think they're on a run. But hey, like you said, anything can happen. The path could change. But I think it's out there. Outside of those three teams. I
agree with you though, man. I don't think because the Knicks would have to go through both of those teams.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be a 3 or 4. So that means they're going to play one of them in the second round, and they're going to play the other one in the third round if they can get through them.
Yeah.
If they're 4, they're going to play Cleveland because Cleveland's going to get that 1.
If they
stay where they're at, they're going to play Boston in round 2.
Right. Yeah.
So it's an uphill struggle, bro. And those two teams only got to play one of the other one. You know what I mean? They only got to play each other.
I feel good.
One's gonna play.
I feel good for the Knicks right now where they're at because they would go up against, I believe, Detroit, right? Because they're the 3 seed. Detroit's the 6 seed. Right, that would be the matchup there, right? I think that's yeah. So that's a pretty good start for them.
And for the record,
yeah,
Philly is done. Philly's done.
You what do you mean Philly's done? Detroit ain't no punk. I know Detroit's on a 7-game winning streak, but
this period, that whole thing, it's over. The process, all of it, era, Embiid, everything, it's over. It's over, man. I watched them last night. Who kicked their ass last night? No, it was after they lost the net game. Did they play last night? No, it wasn't last night. They lost that net game with Claxton tipping. They're losing by 30 every night. Like Cousin was saying about Embiid,
They lost to the Bulls 142-10.
It was. It lost by 40 last night. Yeah, 30. It was last
32
night.
is ridiculous.
Yeah,
32, and then they lost to the Nets prior to that, 105-103.
That was at the buzzer with the Claxton tipping. With 0.2 left.
Got smacked by 20 against Celtics prior to that. They're on like a 7-game or 8-game losing streak or something like that.
It's 8 now.
8 games, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Do you think Maxey sticks around? Is that his team now? Is that his franchise?
If he wants it, yeah, it's up to him. If he wants it, it's all his.
No, it's not really up to him, I guess, right? It's up to the organization whether or not they want to build around him.
You're right. They could deal him if they want. You're right.
They might just start fresh, Do you see a change in ownership in Philly, or you think ownership stays the same? Is that been
the word?
No, I don't know. I'm just... What do you think?
No, I don't see that.
I don't even know how long that ownership's been there for. I don't know.
No, I don't see that.
But so I would think maybe they just want to start new. But I don't even know what's the path for MB to get out of there. Is he up for contract now? No, right? He's still on contract.
That's the that's the what's this called, right? The Fanatics guy, right?
I'll check for you.
Yeah, what's his name? The Jewish gentleman.
I do know.
The young guy, man. What's his name? The one Meek Mill's buddy. That's the owner, right? Cohen? Michael Cohen?
The only Cohen I know is...
No, it's not Cohen?
It says Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment. Harrison David Blitzer. The founders of Harris Blitzer.
The guy I'm talking about, he's the fit.
You talking about the GM?
No, not the GM, yo. He's the front man, like the face.
Mm-hmm. I got Elton Brand as the GM.
I thought it was the guy who owned the Fanatics.
No, I don't think so. Who owns the Fanatics?
The shop apparel and stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All right.
It's a group of investors. Michael Rubin?
Michael Rubin. Is he not associated with the Sixers anymore?
I don't believe so. Fanatics is owned by a group of investor companies, including NFL, MLB, and NBA. Michael Rubin, CEO.
Is he not associated with the Sixers anymore?
Michael Rubin. I don't believe so, bro. Or maybe he's a part. There are still his group. Maybe it could be.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think so. Yeah.
Michael Rubin from Philadelphia. He's never... Oh, I see him so much... he was a partner. He sold his stake in 2022 because of...
Oh, okay. He sold 10% of stake in the 76ers. So he only owned... He was like a financial...
He was a face guy. I saw him representing them big time, though, a lot. They were using him. He has a lot of relationships.
I don't like those eyeballs, man. I'm not a fan of those eyeballs there.
Yeah, he's a different kind of guy. But anyway...
Yeah,
But yeah, the Sixers are done. Anyway, they're done.
I agree. I was trying to look up his contract because, what's the path for him getting out of there? I mean, unless, Embiid, Because I'm saying, what's the path for him getting out? Because it's
really
seemingly like...
When you look at it, who would want him?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Who would trust him?
Right now...
If I was the Sixers, I would move on to... Paul George hasn't scored 17 points in a game since December.
He has a $51 million cap hit, which is just, it's up there. For everything that you're dealing with.
Going a year ago this time, they were supposed to be a title contender, correct?
Right.
And now they're one of the worst teams in the NBA. They have worse team record than the Nets.
Yeah, I mean, they were just banging with the Knicks last year, right?
I think after Washington and Charlotte, they're the third worst team in the conference. They're
down there.
Horrendous. They've been brutal. They got booed. They get booed every home game. The Wizards see them and they're like, "Oh, we can get a win tonight." The Hornets see them. "Oh yeah, we can win tonight on the road."
So they have 3 years left on this contract, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
What is he, 34?
So 33? Wait, he's technically unrestricted free agent 2029? Jesus.
No player, no team option, nothing?
He's got bird rights. Yeah, no, man. I don't think so. It's $192 million guaranteed, and an average annual of 64 remaining? Total.
Remaining?
I guess with the 3 years. Yeah, I think. No, it's his last contract that he signed. It was 2026 to 2028. That is the duration of this current contract. 3-year, $192 million guaranteed, and then an average annual of $64 million. I believe the
3
cap
years
hit.
left.
The
That's
cap
a
hit is
lot.
$51 million this year, so it's going to obviously go up there.
So he has 3 years starting in September.
Yeah, it
October.
becomes an official unrestricted free agent in the 2029-2030 season.
Oh my God.
Yes.
No one wants that contract.
He does. Okay, is that what that means? I think he has a player option in 2028, 2029.
He's never going to decline that.
Yeah, the deadline for the... Okay, so
old is he?
2028, he has a player option. So he's got that.
How old is he?
30 years old. How about that?
He's young.
Yeah. He's young, so I mean, it's still like... And I guess, theoretically, he's coming out of that player option or whatever at a good time because, you know, he can maybe...
He would be coming out of the biggest contract of his career at 34, and he would be an old 34.
No, not
Probably,
even. Not with the player option, it would be 32. Because he's 30 now.
Man.
He's 30 now.
I
You
don't
got
know.
2 seasons.
It would have to be a perfect place where a team can weaponize him, but they would have to be gambling with his health. Even if you want to be like, we can have Joel for 35 games and the playoffs will be happy.
Yeah.
But that's not guaranteed either. Of when you'll have him or when he'll be healthy or
Yeah.
like I feel like I know like for instance Mitchell Robinson, another oft injured guy, obviously not as impactful of Embiid. I couldn't even tell you who plays more.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother us as much as it hurts them because obviously the caliber of the player. But if we are kind of trying to do that time when we'll get him back so he could be the most effective and we can maximize his time here when we do have him, because we understand that he cannot play 82 games in playoffs, 70 games in playoffs, or even 60. He can't do that. So it would have to be a team to find Embiid's rhythm as far as when you can play him. It has to be perfect. And then we're talking about 50 mil.
Yeah. And
what are you going to get for him? What do you
Right.
expect to get for him? Who's going to spend the money? Like a Hornets?
That's what I'm saying,
would they
because
do-
it's not...
Just to-
I just don't see him going to a big market team. I don't think any but a big market team, their
Right.
players want him.
Would risk that.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't want it. Yeah. I wouldn't.
Maybe Minnesota?
Yeah, like a team like that. Somebody was like a kind of contending middle of the pack, maybe.
And they could just dump when they get rid of Randall
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and for the money to match.
I
and
could
just
see
use
something
him when
like
you could
that.
use him. Like, I don't
Charlotte.
know,
I like
just,
Charlotte, actually. I like the Charlotte Hornets for some reason.
Minnesota, or Charlotte, to bring in the
Yeah,
people.
him and LaMelo,
I don't
like
think he would
maybe.
love it.
I don't
but-
know. Maybe he would. He's kind of rough and tough around the edges a little bit, too.
You put him with players. You put him with a Trey Young, I guess. Bring him down here to Orlando. Would they want him?
Atlanta, Trae
I
Young.
don't know.
It's going to have to be one of those teams. I don't see any of the big market teams making a jump for him, and especially at that price. So, I mean, honestly, if you're looking at a business perspective, it's a risky investment. Why would you? You know what I'm saying? It's just, he barely plays.
It has to be someone who can take the risk, who has the money to bet.
Yeah, but like LA's out the picture, right? Like that's not happening. I just don't see a path where the Knicks would do that. I just don't see it, especially with the history between the Knicks and Embiid and our fans. I just don't see that. Miami, no, I don't. They would never stand. What's his name would never stand for that freaking culture down there. You know what
I'm not saying even like we're saying we're not. Embiid has a degenerate knees.
Right.
Okay.
It's a legitimate issue.
We know we're not saying he doesn't want to be out there, any of that. And I'll speak for Matty on that. I don't think that's the case, but we're talking about business. And the trend has been he has not been available.
Right.
And that's the bottom line for whatever reason, through his fault or not. And it's a lot to ask for an organization to take on. And the upside doesn't look too great.
No.
You get I mean, you can hit sometimes. Like, it looks like Golden State's hit with Jimmy. He's giving them a little bit of resurgence.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of these 10, even the Knicks with the free agency with Brunson, 9 times out of these 10, these acquisitions are not going to change shit for you, bro. 8 times out of 10, they're not. You get lucky sometimes. Like I said, Jimmy more recently in the Knicks with Brunson, and there's other guys. Cleveland look like they're hitting with Mitchell and the company, but these guys are going to make it move and change your franchise. You are what you are. It starts with you building your organization. You waiting for these guys, an athlete, a ball player to come here and change the game. Some people have been waiting for decades, for that.
Yeah.
Some people have gone through many number 1 picks, but I want to, with that said, back to what you were saying when I was having a little difficulties earlier with Wemby.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it when you were talking about getting Tim Duncan that year that they did tank. They tanked that year. I think it was the 1997 season, I want to say. They tanked, bro, because they were in the conference finals the year before.
Mm-hmm.
Or, they were threats
Right.
for a long time. And they just and then they tanked again to get Wemby.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked twice for these son of a guns. And like I said, sometimes a little luck plays a part. I don't think the NBA arranged for the Spurs to get that, because I don't think they would have picked the city of San Antonio to get that luck. They could have did something better for them. But the Spurs, as far as them, they were playing pretty well until he got hurt. So they end up with Cooper Flag. It'll be funny to me, man.
It would be funny. It'd be kind of like a destiny thing like that. But, again, you hope that it means that Wemby's coming back. It's not, career threatening with this whole blood clot issue, because that is out there. That potential is out there. And that would just be...
He is not built like an average... He's not built like the average Joe Schmo, I'll tell you. So.
No, he's not. And reversibly, outside of the clots, you just seem rather durable, seem rather healthy. The clot thing, nothing you can really do, When
it comes to clots and stuff like that, then you got to think about this kid. He's 7'6". The human heart is the same size in every man and woman. And woman's heart is the same pretty much. Women's, no matter how big you are, small you are, our hearts are the same size, more or less. So his heart works a little different for Wemby. Probably with a little bit more work. Spreading out all that blood, oxygenated blood, I don't know.
I was watching a video about it, and they were explaining, it was one of the physicians explaining his current situation.
His anatomy?
Yeah, well, the current situation with the clot. The clot is, as far as we know, it's in the, like, mid-clavicular area, so in the shoulder. And apparently it's because of the repetitive motion that kind of formed a clot somewhere in the shoulder a little bit there. So, him bowling...
Which is shooting the basketball?
Right, shooting the basketball, passing, things like that. So it's just kind of like a freak thing where, because of his anatomy, it kind of formed a clot in there. So theoretically, go right in, remove it, get it out, and,
he's going to be back. We'll see him again.
Again, like I said before, about a regimen of, 6 months to a year in terms of blood thinners, at the very least. I know, obviously, with the EMS and my healthcare background. And then, I've had a friend of mine, young guy, my age, blood clot recently, seemingly healthy dude, just random, took a flight, came back, wasn't feeling too good, and formed a blood clot in the leg. Shit happens, man. You just don't know. So, again, hopefully it's not a recurring thing like it was with Chris Bosh. He dealt with recurring blood clot issues to the point where, he just, as far as I know, he had to be on blood thinners for seemingly the rest of his life, if not for a really long period of time that, obviously would exceed him playing in the league. So, we would not want to see that for anybody, let alone one of the greatest potentially basketball players of all time.
Makes me think of Tommy Frazier for a little bit of the older guys. Tommy Frazier, University of Nebraska quarterback, Heisman Trophy. Tommy Frazier. He had big blood clots in his lower leg, and then he was a black quarterback back then, kind of a running QB. So at that with the blood clots, and then that time 95, 96, 97, 98, it just. And he didn't break through because of that, I would say. and he missed whole seasons, and he was a great player. Then guys, Tommy Frazier. But anyway, yeah, and you talk about Wemby. I mean, sorry, Chris Bosh. Before that, David Cone had blood clot in his throwing arm, and he almost had a brain aneurysm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that he had the blood clot issue.
And it turned to almost a brain aneurysm.
Wow.
Yeah, and they removed it during the season, and the guy came back. It's the first time I ever heard the word aneurysm. I think it was like 95. What's that?
Yeah. Wow, Coney, huh?
An aneurysm. Yeah, Coney.
Wow.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
We're not going to sit here like, even though we're in a medical guys, but we're not going to sit here and act like we're the doctors and we know exactly as far as athletically what's how much. And these guys' specific situations, they relate to moving forward. But we'll see what happens with Wemby, all right?
It's definitely individual, case by case. So we'll see what happens with him. I hope, again, he's out for the minimal amount of time necessary, and he can just get back to his rehab and get back out there. Obviously, shut down for this season. Spurs. Post-trade deadline, tough news, obviously with Greg Popovich no longer, the news about him no longer coming back, and Wemby, just tough break for them.
Wemby, Pop's not going to come back, bro.
No, they already announced it, that's what I mean.
He's retired?
No, you think, no, he's not coming back for the remainder of the season. You think he's done?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Was it a stroke that he was dealing with? Is that the issue?
I don't know, man, but I'm not sure, but Pop's been there since I was leaving high school, bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it'd be a shame. But it's probably time for him.
70-something, you're getting these illnesses and stuff. I don't know. I didn't hear anything. I'm just saying, OG, granddad, chill out, sit down.
Well, he had issues. He had issues with the heart, I believe, a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah. So your lungs out. Yeah. You got the vein in your neck. People see it on TV. You're yelling, bro. Yeah. You're gonna kill yourself out here, bro. Forget about it, man. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, I think a part of him was like, once Wemby came around, it's like, okay.
A little bit. You still got Chris Paul out there, You want to, I don't know, man. I think he should fall back like Riley did with Spoelstra. Just chill, OG.
Yeah.
People rather see you alive.
Hopefully it's not like his medical issue right now. Medical condition is not severe.
Pop's 70-something years old, bro. NBA coach. Standing up all game, yelling at people and shit. If he's not yelling at people, he's not coaching.
Yes, you're right about that. Yeah, you can't. He's not the type to be quiet and reserved.
So you do sign language now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pop did have a stroke. Yeah. Thank you, Gino.
Yeah, come on, Pop. She killed Irv Gotti. That stroke killed Irv Gotti, bro. Yeah. You got to chill. You know what I mean? People dying out here.
And at this age,
chill out, relax. Yeah, brother.
At this age, as far you and me know best, bro. In our field, I mean, it's tough to recover from that, especially at that age. So it's probably time for him. He's probably gonna have to hang it up, and they're gonna have to move forward. Yeah. But yeah,
they're not gonna take his bags and throw him out. He probably could pick the successor or whatever, Yeah. He's probably could be involved. Understand, the OGs, they'll tell you, you freaking stop working, you die. A lot of them feel like that, right. And I get it, but you could do other things and make, trick yourself into thinking you're working. You still are. If you think you're working, you're working.
Or maybe not, maybe just freaking go relax and,
that guy, he looks like him. The guys, what is he? Was he in the Air Force? Was he in the Air Force? Pop wasn't in the Navy. He was in the Air Force. He's in one of them. But he looks like he's one of those guys who's going to wait till he drops dead on the sideline. You know that kind of guy, like, F this. I respect it. I love it, but you don't have to do that, brother.
Right.
Like, you don't have to do that shit.
Go out gracefully.
I think it's gangster, but it's not necessary.
Go out gracefully. All right, I got another topic for you here. How long we've been going on for this morning? It's 11:19 at the moment, a little over an hour and 15.
Because I was saying Gotti was still eating Chinese food from the hood. Yeah, that's what his brother said on the podcast the other day. He's like, my brother was eating Chinese food when he got the stroke that killed him. I was like, damn, his brother said that the other day. Irv Gotti murdered Inc. Ja Rule, Shanti, Queens. He passed away from the stroke at 54 a couple weeks ago.
Jeez.
And for the hip-hop community, it was a rare monumental loss for hip-hop community. So, but more is coming out. He had a stroke, he had the diabetes. He was talking about, his brother Chris was talking about his brother he said, my brother got diagnosed diabetes, but the brother like, F it, yo. He kept me doing his thing, yo. So he didn't believe that shit.
Damn.
Not that he didn't believe it, but
right, shook it off. Like so many people do.
We were doing the ambulance with with our guy working for Ed and shit at Midwood, and we met so many patients. Some of them were like that. Some of them
for sure.
did shit. They didn't play around. They wanted to stretch as long as they can. And some of them, man, F this shit. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna eat that. And they were out of here, yo. Like, it's just
that's how it goes sometimes. Pull the Bob Marley, man. You got foot cancer.
Oh God, Bob said F that.
Yeah, F that. It's good. I'm all right. I'm gonna just kill myself, basically.
I don't think it's people are like, he's stupid. I don't really would say it's stupid, but it's definitely what he wanted to do.
It's noble. I guess he was like more religious than anything, but
Bob with the toe.
Yeah. I guess
that's what they say. This legend of Bob.
That's the legend. That's how it goes. Yeah, but I don't know. That's a tough one.
They wanted to amputate the toe, and Bob said no, right?
Yeah,
something
exactly.
Like that, right?
He said, and basically the story goes, it was based on
God made.
He's sacred. You can't touch my body. Body's a temple type thing.
Yeah, this is how John made me. This is how John gonna take me.
Right. So
type shit. Yeah,
that's tough. Gino said our grandfather passed away like that from hypertension. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He didn't want to change his diet.
That's a fact,
yeah,
yo.
for
That's
sure,
my cousin,
man.
yo. Yeah, my granddad did die like that.
My godfather, fucking lung cancer, smoked like a chimney for, I mean, literally, he was lighting up a cigarette while mid-cigarette, like
right,
just,
and when he got sick, he still was lighting them up.
Right, hell yeah, it didn't stop. We had to force him eventually, but it was too late by then.
You don't think he was a sucker or not? He's like, that's what OG wanted to do, though. You didn't know him,
bro. Even when we took it away from him, and like he had like multiple strokes, he'd be like around the neighborhood, picking up cigarettes off the ground, lighting them and shit. We called him one day. We're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like
he went outside and picked up the bogeys on the ground.
Go into the store. Go into picking up the bogeys, the little clips.
I just getting his bogeys back. Like, bro. Damn.
Yeah,
smoke.
Yeah, for sure. So this is sometimes this happens. I've seen many a patient come into my job. Cancer, fuck this. Some that just straight up like, all right, I'm done, quit the treatment.
You didn't want like Gino said, you don't want to change.
Yeah.
They don't want to.
That's it.
Change is not easy, bro. And the older you get, change is a son of a gun. Mm-hmm. Some people rather die.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, though. Back to Anthony real quick. Anthony got diagnosed pancreatic cancer. I don't know exactly when, but it's definitely over a year ago. And he lasted a long time with that shit. And he didn't hide it. If you knew, you knew. Mm-hmm. But like I knew, but I freaking forgot. It was like he was just living his life.
Yeah, didn't seem to be too affected by it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you saw the weight loss. He went into remission, I believe. Ant went into remission. And he just started going everywhere. You see him and his wife posting Turks and Caicos. Somebody, look at this son of a gun with the cigar. Ant knew, like, I'm going out.
Yeah.
I want to go. And it looks like he did, man. And at the end of the day, everybody coming out, ninjas and chicks is crying and everyone's hurt and saying, they got a hell of a guy, man. Because we're all going to go. When they talk about you like that, though, shit, that's awesome, man. Mm-hmm. So, but our health is our wealth, Matty. You talk about mental health Mondays. Physical health Tuesdays. That's what we're going to do.
There you go. I like that.
You want to do physical health Tuesdays, mental health Mondays.
Talk about the running. Talk about the running regimen. All right, everything's going on with that.
We're gonna go run, and I'm gonna go run, bro, because you are going crazy. You got me. Like like I said, I got time. We're gonna run and then stream. And then like this, we don't got to be there 2 hours because we're gonna be dying after the run anyway. We're good, and we're gonna stream. And we're gonna talk a little shit. We're not, see if we get all get each other off our asses more often.
I'll be I'll be hiking up in the freaking Adirondack Mountains in a couple of days. So Matty's gonna be mountaineering up 2-3 feet of snow, fucking -8 degrees. Top of the summits.
Ice bath Benedetti.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out there by my lonesome out there in the wilderness. It's gonna be fun, man. Hopefully, I don't get attacked by a mountain lion.
No.
But
you gotta have something with you, bro. some kind of thing. Stick.
I really don't. I
machete?
sometimes I carry like a big knife, but I got like
you
bear
need the
spray.
cutlass, yo.
I got bear spray
Yeah,
and
okay.
shit. You know, I got bear spray.
Mountain lion.
But I'm not really.
Good.
I'm not really too
Mountain lions
concerned.
coming from behind. They're ambushed.
No.
They're ambushed city.
I'm joking about the mountain lion. I actually like read some articles recently that there's been some sightings, but they're pretty much non-existent in that region. If
Right.
anything, like they're kind of just like passing through states. That's what I've been
So
told.
what's the most dangerous thing up there? Moose?
A bear or a moose, yeah,
bear-
for sure.
black bear
yeah,
or a
yeah.
moose?
Or a moose,
Okay.
yeah. If you come across a moose, you're too close to a moose, you're fucked.
You're dead.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, if you're in the moose path, oh yeah, you're screwed. Yeah.
They
The
get pissed off
bears,
for no reason, yo.
bears, I'm not really too concerned about. But I guess this time of the year, it's to be concerned because if you do see one, generally that means they're kind of like they could be hungry and hunting, or like traveling
Yeah.
and don't want to
You
be
know-
bothered. You know, yeah.
The black bear, you probably could scare them off. You have a shot. You know that.
Oh well, there's only black
Fight
bears
back.
up there. There's no brown bears.
No,
so.
no.
I ain't dealing with grizzlies, but you know that's
That's over there.
Now-
That's over there. on the left
that'll
side.
come. That'll come eventually, but I ain't dealing with that shit right now. Oh my god, that'd be you know. But yeah, man. So for sure, you know, we're gonna be getting into it. We're gonna be talking all the fitness and you know, doing our thing and yeah, man, getting back into the races, all that. At least for me, this is race season for me now, so I gotta ramp it up. And again, being off of work,
Yeah. I'm definitely
It's gonna
get
be
on my ish.
is gonna be good. So right before we got into that other topic, you know, I was gonna try to stay on basketball here, and I don't know. What do you think? I'm hearing a lot of talk about the LA Lakers now with the new acquisition that they got. This guy, they won 2 straight, and everybody's saying, "Oh, maybe they could win the finals." What are your thoughts,
I think
bro?
today, I was looking at the NBA Facebook and they had the new power rankings and they had the Lakers 4th. I was like, come on, are you kidding me? At 37-24, this guy played the guy you're talking about.
Yep.
He played 2 games so far. Like, I think Denver's more of they're the 4th best team in the league, in my opinion. And I think Dallas is just as good as the Lakers. And I think Golden State is the team that has really improved since the deadline. They're the ones emerging as this dangerous threat. When you're watching them, watch them. Now, you know, Matty, I know you pay attention. But
Yeah.
so the Lakers are always going to get that extra rub media-wise. That's why my cousin El Gino can't stand them. And but they are definitely not a pushover. They are in that tier, though. But I think Denver, LA, I think the Knicks are better than them still. Ish. Who else? I don't see
Well,
how.
I mean,
I think
what about Grizzlies? You give Grizzlies any credit? Because you know Memphis is
way.
above
I
them,
forgot.
you know?
I always
Yeah.
forget about them.
Yeah.
Memphis is up there too. They're in that tier above. They're right there. They're better. Memphis has got the Knicks, even though they came in the Garnia, they're like trash. But I still think night in, night out in the regular season, Memphis has got them. But I don't trust Ja Morant going forward ever as the guy.
Yeah.
And then Jaren Jackson's not this bucket getter, even though I trust him more as just being consistent in what he does. But I don't trust them at all going in the playoffs. But I can't not acknowledge them with, because what are we playing the regular season for? We're going to act like the wins don't mean anything. They do mean
Yeah, for sure.
They're not as important as an NFL win, but like, maybe 12 NBA games worth an NFL win probably. But still.
And listen, I mean, I've seen crazier things. I mean, they were a pretty good team. They were holding their own without Luka, and now that addition is, it's transformative for sure. I get it. You're swapping with Anthony Davis, so how much better are they really because of him? And not to mention what's going on with Davis now, and then him being out of the picture over there in Dallas. But that's a win for LA right there. But again, you can't discredit what they're doing. 13 games over 500, and they're right in the mix. They're 4th seed in the West. I think you got to give them a little bump because of LeBron's IQ, Luka's IQ. this team can be interesting come playoff time. They can find, ways to, bust out a win if they need to. I don't know.
Remains to be seen still with
right.
them.
I don't know if they're talented enough. I don't know if they're talented enough to beat the good teams, to beat the Denver,
LeBron
to beat
James
the
is 40 years
OKC.
old, bro.
Yeah, but I mean,
squeezing, getting every juice out of this old guy, and it's cool.
I'm not worried. LeBron. I'm really not worried about LeBron. Based on what the numbers that he's been doing lately.
Yeah, LeBron's gonna do what he do.
He looks like he's 33. What I'm watching. I know he's freaking 40, but he looks like he's 33 out there. And a good 33. So I'm more worried about Luka. I know he seems to be, finding his way a little bit. But, again, I don't know if they're talented as a team compared to Denver and OKC in terms of their depth. I love what Reeves is doing, things like that. I like some of their pieces, but I don't know. I think people need to jump off the hype wagon a little bit with that. I get you're excited. You got your future star after LeBron. It's all good. Or maybe even, honestly, I don't even know if that's guaranteed. I don't know if Luka is going to want to stay in L.A. I don't know. He lost out on that money because of this trade. I get
that wasn't the Lakers' fault.
No, it wasn't the Lakers' fault, but I don't think he's necessarily happy about that either. Excuse me. I'm dealing with this damn cough. I don't think he was happy about that, missing out on that Supermax. And I don't know if Lakers was necessarily, the top choice for him or what he wanted to do to be in that situation. I think he may like the perspective of taking it over as his, franchise going forward. But I don't know how long LeBron's going to be here
yeah, of course,
to gauge that. So, if he's gone in 2 years, all right, maybe Luka, is on board with the plan. I don't know. It'd be interesting there. But in terms of this year, man, it's going to take a lot, for them. I think the Knicks have more of a chance of making it to the finals than they do.
I don't know about that because the Knicks. I don't know about that because the Knicks have to go through two of those monsters, and if you get lucky in the West, you just have to see OKC.
I look at Denver and OKC as two pretty big monsters for them to get.
All right,
past.
Denver. So you put Denver in that top four.
Yeah, I have
to.
I have
best
to.
team in the league.
Yeah,
they're incredible. That kid, that Braun kid, man, he plays so well. Yeah. As soon as they take Westbrook off the floor, he's rebounding. Mm-hmm. And they're good. Jamal Murray's really fitting with those two, with Braun and Westbrook. So those three guards, they're really good, man. I watched them yesterday. Porter and Gordon, they're always mixing around from like the top of the key and the elbow. They can get to the bucket. They can put the ball on the floor. They know how where Jokic's going to throw them the ball. Jokic, man, if he can't find anything he can create, they are very, very, very sound.
No, absolutely.
Injury, I'll be scared to death of them. So if you're talking about, you don't know about OKC, I would think that those guys would be the problem. They got caught off guard by a young Minnesota team who's not the same team anymore. Mm-hmm. But and coming off their other the championship they had, so we're gonna see. I think Denver is they're the only. You're right, like you said, man. No one else. Let's Golden State emerges and the Lakers. Memphis, I don't trust them. I don't think Memphis could beat. I think Memphis can get upset by a Laker or a Golden State.
Yeah, or even you got the Rockets too.
The Rockets, there you go. Yeah. But I do expect Memphis to be in that top three record. I think they will have that third best record at that, second or third. They might outplay Denver too in the regular season, but playoff wise, I don't trust them. I don't think they're built. Bane is their best shooter. They're not crazy shooting the basketball in the backcourt. They're good defense. I think they're missing something.
Rocket, the standings in the West could change drastically.
In a heartbeat.
Because I'm pretty sure, is it the same in the East as well? Because
the East, the bottom
middle of the pack a little bit. Yeah, that top three, though, is pretty much solidified. That's going to be Cavs, Celtics, Knicks, and I pretty much in that order. I don't see that changing. OKC, we know that's locked up for the one unless they have a monumental collapse in the last 25. Nuggets, it's Nuggets and Grizzlies basically duking it out. The Lakers are maybe they could jockey a little bit. And then it's just like it gets crazy there. You got Rockets as well. They're at 35 wins. You got freaking Timberwolves 32, Mavs 31, Clippers 31. Pretty tight outside of that top three. So that can change drastically.
I'm going to tell you one thing. You're looking
involved.
at the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Phoenix at 27-30, they look like they're in disarray. And I seen them.
Do we have? Yeah, I think they're done, man. I don't think I see.
Agreed. Done.
Yeah, done.
I mean, done meaning no 10 top 10.
Right.
I think Portland has a better chance of stealing a spot than Phoenix does.
Yeah.
They played well more recently. And watching Durant, Portland is 6-4 in their last 10, and Phoenix is 2-8 in their last 10. So, they're 2-8 in their last 10. No good. No bueno. No bueno. The Jeff Van Gundy led LA Clippers, 31-26, banged up, injured, oft injured LA Clippers with Harden.
Yeah.
Interesting. They're going to make the playoffs.
I'm looking at some of our picks for the playoff predictions at the trade deadline. I'm not doing too well.
We made some picks.
I got some of the notes down. Yeah, I had the Lakers not making the playoffs.
Did I? I said that.
I had them not making it, and that's kind of wild. I think that was before the Luka trade, though. There was no way I said they would not make the playoffs with Luka, with the Luka edition. There's no way.
Look at Philly, man.
I
think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too. That's why I barely remember it. It was a whole other time ago.
Yeah, I had we chose Sacramento as well. Sacramento, I chose them to make the playoffs. I think you said no, that they're not going to make the playoffs. At the time, they were in 10th place.
I think I
took
still
in 10th place.
Phoenix in there. I think I had Phoenix in there.
I thought we had Phoenix too. That's why I looked, but I don't think we did. We had the Spurs both to make the playoffs. That's going to be wrong. Right. And then we had the Mavs both to make the playoffs as well. That might be wrong as well.
Nah, they're going to make it.
Well, I mean, they're looking good at the moment, but they will
make the playoffs.
You still think they'll find a way in? Hey, listen,
Irving is locked in. They'll make the playoffs.
I guess so. With the Spurs falling off, Suns looking like they're done.
Right.
Yeah, there's no other team that can really emerge from
Portland.
that. Yeah,
Portland is the only team, if they get hot, like the Rockets did last year.
Right. That's the only team, the dark horse there.
They're a nice little young team who plays hard every night, if you pay attention to them.
Yeah.
Besides that, they might. But Phoenix, done. Done. That veteran team going through what they're going through, for them to get it together and, mob up and get together. And
that might be a nice little destination for Embiid going forward. What you think?
Yeah, but it has too much potential for disaster.
I think anywhere he goes has too much potential for a disaster.
And it depends, and who can afford that? Some people can.
So do you think he doesn't play, but do you think he doesn't get a new contract? Do you think somehow he retires at 33?
Another contract, bro. Yeah, I think he'll be done.
33, he's done?
Yeah. I think this is his last contract. Unless he starts being healthy.
I mean, I could see that, especially with the knees. He just doesn't. He's not out there long enough to warrant another big contract.
Right. I think anyone taking him off of Philly's hands would be doing Philly a favor.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't have to even give anything. I think he's that damaged. So for Philly to ask for one first-round pick and a moderate player, like a 77 rating, I'm talking like 2K one, like a moderate player. That would be enough. Should be enough, in my opinion. One pick, guys. That's it, bro. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One pick, bro.
Just, as a business owner, if I'm trying to, improve my franchise.
I'm already taking my risk by taking the money on and taking that off of you. Why are you picks? You're relieved. I'm taking this. I'm getting this bathroom opportunity for you. You can get rid of everything. I'm believing you. Go to, go. You're relieved.
The only thing now, they work with a cap, right?
Word. It's a great thing for someone to give you relief for whatever the way they gave it to you. It's a great thing to receive. You want more? You want a pick and relief? because this guy's 50 mil. I'm gonna take it on. I'm gonna like an idiot. I could like a moron. I could make my fan base hate me with this move, like the Dallas GM. I can make everyone hate me just by picking him up. And you guys want multiple picks? You can't. And if anyone gives Philly multiple picks for him, they are fools.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree with you. I was just looking at the cap. I was thinking the only way that this could potentially change is if they change that annual cap hit or anything, or increase the cap to where teams could maybe bring on some money, avoid luxury tax a little bit more, help them out. But I just don't see it. I don't know if Silva has any plans on changing the cap where that can, accommodate a franchise and make a move, and take on such a big contract.
We are really giving out the Sixer eulogy on the show today, aren't we? We really put them to bed, aren't we?
I mean, it seems about that time. Yeah, I don't see a path for them to get better or to build or even an incoming free agent wanting to go to that franchise. I get it. There's a bit lure of the Philly lure and all that. Crazy, passionate fan base.
Jared
we know
McCain
that.
Looks like a nice player.
Yeah.
He's going to be healthy next year.
Sure.
Get him back.
There's some pieces.
Nice
You got
player.
Maxey, right?
You got Maxey. If you want to figure out if you want him to be the guy, then you start over, Start over now.
Yeah, but
Trade Paul George. Oh, you can't trade Paul George. Deadline's gone. They picked up Paul George thinking it was a piece missing for an NBA title run.
Yeah, I mean, they were hyping that up too much. Yeah.
20 and 34.
I never liked that move for them anyway. It was not,
Paul George is another one, bro. It's over, bro. The Clipper fans are like, ha, ha, ha. We knew, bro. You guys knew. We knew. We all knew.
Yeah, I don't know why Philly thought, that would make it work. I guess, they're relying on their big man to really, piece the puzzles together, but clearly it didn't work out there, man. So that's the eulogy. Philly, the 76ers. Yeah, that's it, man. I think that's a wrap for that. So what you feeling, maybe? I know, we've been going for a long while now, hour 40. I know you got a lot to do today. You're working and you're traveling tomorrow, coming to big ass funeral. So, you want to go a little bit more? You got anything else you want to say to the people here? Well, baseball's underway, baby. Spring training, and again,
well, we're going. The next time you guys see us,
right?
I think,
we're
gonna stream before that. I'm lying.
We will stream. We will stream.
Yeah.
We will stream. All right, so this is the schedule for the show going forward, people.
Let's talk about that.
For those who are watching this on YouTube post live, or wherever you're catching it on Twitch. So I'm going away for the next couple of days. So I'll be doing my thing. So no stream for the next 5 days. I think we're gonna reconvene next Monday. Sound good?
Yeah.
Either
Sunday,
Monday, Tuesday. Sunday, I'm coming back
Sunday.
home. I'm flying. I'm driving back in, so no shot. I'll be
So
done.
Monday morning.
Yeah. Probably Monday morning sounds good.
Yeah.
I think that'll be locked in. We'll lock that in.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 a.m. stream. We can do it.
Run and streams. I'm gonna be up 6:30, so I can run. I could throw up after that, and then I'll get ready to stream.
All right. Well, then you got to give me a little time then too, because I usually go at 8 o'clock, 8:30. So.
All right. I'm gonna run and stream.
So maybe 11. Yeah. So we'll do, hopefully get a couple of shows in that week, and then I come down to you that following Friday. So I'll be down there. So, we'll get some shows in. So we're going to be off for the next 5 days, essentially. But, again, for those who did tune in, thank you, and I appreciate it. But for those who didn't, or you couldn't catch the full version of the show on YouTube and Twitch, we will be throwing up some clips of the show up on YouTube and the Epis page as well. Check all our handles. You got W_Dubois. You got Epis Benedetti. That's my personal page. You also have our other ones. Where are they? Are they on this screen or the other screen? Bye-bye. You got Epis Radio. I still got to change these scenes a little bit. But a good show today. I guess we'll talk a little... Show. I guess we'll talk a little baseball. Again, this was, started the show out with the tribute to Big Ant, our former boss at Midwood. Big Ant, rest in peace. He was a big Met fan, and obviously baseball's underway. Dub, I'm coming down. We're going to go see a game down there. Hopefully we get a good matchup. It's going to be Mets Nationals. And already, we got injuries with the Mets. We got injuries with your Yankees. How you feeling? There's a lot of talk in Yankee land, and all of a sudden we're concerned, we're worried. What are we gonna do? Stanton's already on the shelf. Here we go. Honestly,
we're gonna get the Dugo back.
Honestly,
get the
if
get the Doogie back.
If I'm the Yankees, I'm not really as worried right now that things are status quo.
Verdugo, man. That's
probably a good move. Now at least, right?
Better.
I say, and now he can at least grow a beard, get his mojo back. I like that move. I like that move by the Yankees. That we haven't had a chance to talk about that. The beards are back. This is acceptable, people. Dub. I think
we get the chance. We can't. I don't think we can do the beard right now. I got because that's the beard got so much attention, man. The beard
it did. It did. I know. People are up in arms. What I found interesting with the beard subject is that Johnny Damon, who used to play for the Yankees, and he had to shave.
I saw what he said.
He said that he's against it. That he's
just mad because he had to shave, man. And now
they're changing it. He's pissed off.
Just wish him said. It's like the old guys. What you guys make now? We pissed off. Tim Hardaway wants to fight with Halliburton. These old guys just be haters sometimes.
You know who should really be pissed is the new acquisitions to this team. Is like the what's the closer's name? Devin Williams?
Yeah,
is it?
But at the same time, Devin has to take solace that he's the one. I believe Devin is the one because he's the one that Hal spoke to, and the man probably was who knows what Hal's
you think he was the driving
Maybe he
force?
Looked like because that beard
that's even more messed up. That's even more messed up. You signed him.
You got to take solid, and then now you grow it back. Devin, go ahead, bro. He'll be right back anyway. By June, he'll be good.
Yeah, that's a little unacceptable. I don't know about that. All right, you can't do that to the man right now. You just got here. He's not even been a Yankee for a month.
They did the old Door. Door never put his back, so Door was looking crazy. I think the Yankees and the beard rule.
If I had, you know what, I'm gonna write this one down. So I'm throwing early season. This is a spring training edition prediction. All right, especially regarding the beard situation. Garrett Cole, I think he's going to win a Cy Young this year. All right, you can bet that because of the beard. He's going to grow his beard back. All right,
we're going to do this.
Yeah, all right. Garrett Cole. That was one of the first things I thought about because as much as Cole's still been really phenomenal without the beard. But I think he was a different beast in Houston, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't do this. We didn't do this in the beginning of the show because we'd probably still be talking. The beard thing is out of control, man. I just know it's not the last of it. And this is not the last of it. They're going to be some kind of composites and comparisons and all kind of graphs we're going to see about the beard.
Post-beard, pre-beard.
Imagine the Yankees win a championship this year.
Yeah.
It'll be crazy, the beard thing. It'll become the beard.
Well, it could be the rallying cry, bro. The people are going to come. People are going to come with the wigs and everything. They're going to be wearing
the Yankees win 73 games?
Yeah, that's not happening. Come on, bro. Could you imagine? It could be like similar to like the whole OMG thing, like falling on the Mets face, but at least, last year was good and all that.
The Yankees definitely going to loosen up, though. They're definitely loosening up.
Well, I think that that's a part of it too. It's just that, they've always seemed to me that stiff culture. Mets,
robotic shit.
Mets always had just a more vibrant culture.
It comes. It's the gift and the curse on both ends because sometimes when the Mets with the vibrant culture, sometimes they look a little goofy with things they do or things that But at the same time, the Yankees they get boring with the things they don't do or they won't do. So the Mets have gotten criticized for things. Oh, the Yankees wouldn't have done that. That wouldn't have happened to the Yankees. And a lot of the stuff that you could say happened to the Mets was because they have the looser culture.
Yeah.
The Jets have a loose culture and the Giants have a tight ass ship. And look at them. Even though they both stink, the Giants are still more respected, rightfully.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. A Giant fan told me that. Giant fan told me that. That was the truth for a change. That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. At least regarding the injuries,
starts at the top, man. It starts at the top.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think regarding the injuries, though, like Yankee fans, you need to slow it down a little bit. It's early. It's spring training. It's 162 games. Need I remind you? This is you notice about Stanton. As long as he's there in the playoffs, none of that matters. All right, they're going to be a good, competent team. That pitching staff is going to hold you down. As long as there's no huge injuries to that, you're going to find ways to win. It'll be all right. I don't think your lineup is nearly as good as it once was, especially last year with Soto. That's going to be something you're going to need to address, no doubt, if you really want to be a real contender. But other than that, you're fine. You're all right. Now, what's going on over in Mets land, over here in Queens, that's a different story. All right, I'd be a little worried, actually, at the moment. I'm not worried about the offense, but coming into this offseason, I'm already freaking worried about this pitching staff. And now, Manaya's on the hook. There's a kind of mid to late April timetable for his return. You got Frankie Montes dealing with, I believe, the left lat issue as well. So there's a lot of, or was the oblique with him, either one. So now that there's two guys right in the Mets rotation, smack right there in the middle, and potentially, you look at Manaya as basically our ace outside of Senga, which is not really much of an ace to begin with. I know he was phenomenal last year, but it's hard to repeat, and we'll see. But already, for them, you at least know that you're going to be 2 down, essentially, to start the year off, and that's not a good thing. Their depth was already lacking. I kind of do think their bullpen is going to be okay. I think it's going to be formidable. Maybe they can add a piece or two as well as the year goes on. But they need to address the pitching, and they need to address it now. It's shoulder already been addressed. I've been screaming about it in the offseason. I don't know why they didn't go out and get a guy like Snell or anything like that.
Bro, you got the deadline, bro. The Mets believe in their pitching coach.
They didn't make much
of confidence.
Yeah, but they didn't make that move last year. They didn't make that type of move last year at the deadline. And
they didn't sign a Juan Soto type player last year either.
I know.
This is a different new season.
Yeah.
Just give them some time. They want to see what they got. No one's going in October like this. They're going to be around too. So,
Problem is, they literally need to make a move now, though. Right now, you actively only have 3 starting pitchers. You don't have a backup. You need to fill those 4th and 5th slots. So what do you do? Who's still out there?
They're going to Triple A. They're going to get one of these guys out the camp that you're going to see on Sunday, March 8th. March 9th.
Yes, I think this means this really opens up the door for one of their prospects named Sprout. Is it Sprout? Mr. Sprout.
There you go.
All right, Brandon Sprout. The guy looks freaking electric. 24 years old.
All right, then. See what I'm saying? Wouldn't you want a guy like that instead of go sign some run-of-the-mill guy who knows right now to fill out your rotation? You don't want a young guy.
Okay. All right. So maybe you bring up Sprout. You try it out with him. I don't know what Scott's doing. I don't know if he's still good to go. There's still a timetable for his return. But, all right, maybe you bring up Sprout. He could be your 4th, 5th option. And, you grab one veteran from the free agency just to hold you over until, either Manaya or Montez gets back. Not a bad idea. Hopefully, it's theoretic, though. I don't know if Sprout is going to be good at this level. I don't know if he's going to be effective. Hopefully he is. I just don't know. It's not a guarantee. You never know. We've seen good potential prospects before come up here and completely flame out real quick. It's a concern.
It is a concern, but that's what spring training brings. A lot of concerns, and I'm fine with talking about it, but I'm just, I don't...
I mean, you're right. I guess you rather it happen now, where you have a whole month to really assess
instead
this.
Of instead of us giving them a eulogy, right? So a lot of time. It's a beautiful thing.
You're right. Let's see what the kid does in spring traiing. If he can, be effective.
Like with the Stroman thing with the Yankees, Stroman.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a starter, Marcus Stroman, right?
Yeah, that's got to end, by the way.
But I mean, that's another thing. I think we'll go find a story in Strowman. We could always use Stroh to find a story. But like he said, at the end of the day, the teammates love him. So why do we care? Strowman wants to play. Me and you have been talking about Stroh since we've been doing this together. Since we were sitting near each other in Queens. You know what I'm saying? In the bedroom up there. And you know what I'm saying? We've been talking about Strowman. When he's in the Mets, Strowman is going to do what Stroh do. I'm glad he's on the team as a starter, so I don't have that problem that you're talking about with the Mets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can deal with it, and I think Cash can too. I think Cash like, yo, Strowman, whatever. But the fans, Strowman drives them nuts. And I get it. And he knows it, and he does it. You trying to Strowman wants to get paid, though. I think he has 160 innings, and he gets a kicker. Like a couple mil, bro. Like, it's a substantial kick.
That's probably a huge incentive as to why he's not backing down.
Right.
On that.
So if that's the case, I feel that. But Stroh's going to stand and go kick ass in spring training, and they'll give you an opportunity. They're not going to yank you if you're kicking ass, and stop you from getting those innings, bro. They won't. And we all know one thing that Marcus Stroman has, whether he's good or he's fucking trash that day, he's going to get you 5 innings, 6 innings every single 5 days.
The problem is, will the defense be as bad as they were? I mean, they were historically bad behind Strowman last year.
Right. Well, Chisholm's going to second. No more Glaber to yell at. The young boy, the young Volpe, the local product, he should be a year better. And we're going to see what they do at third. We're still going to see what they're going to do. They're in the same position as the Mets, the pitching, as they are third. But I'm willing to wait. Yeah. And see what they pull out their ass.
We'll see. I mean, that's a huge concern. It was their defense last year, and it has been.
Chisholm's going to be exceptional at second base.
I was about to say,
top tier wherever he plays in the field. We know that.
I can't see them being much worse than last year. So, I think the bar is so low after last year that they're probably going to improve. And you hope.
I think Volpe and Chisholm will be a nice double play combo. I believe that.
But do you think it's a guarantee that the Yankees want him in the starting rotation, or you think they find a way maybe to ship him before the season starts?
No, he is the 6th starter, and you can ship him if you want. But
I think
that's just have 5
possible.
Starters.
No,
I like 6 starters, man.
I don't think they want his drama. I don't think they want his drama because he's the type. He's the type to hold it against him. No, I'm starting.
But and I agree with you, but I don't think the Yankees care about it. I don't think he phases them.
Yeah, but they don't want no tension in the clubhouse, bro. And if they feel like
as we've learned that there is no tension in the clubhouse. The teammates like the guy. It's true.
Yeah.
So like I said, most of his stuff is the media and the fans and just those things. And those headlines, and that's Marcus's deal, bro.
Well, let's see how much they still like him when he starts barking and he's not in the starting rotation.
But at
unless
the
they
same
go to
time,
the 6th man, and he's the 6th man.
Marcus Stroman has an opportunity to maximize his money with performance, and that is what speaks at the end of the day. He comes out here dealing and gets that money. No one, even if people don't like him, they're gonna take it. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at his numbers from last year, I think it does him a disservice. But I think it does him a disservice because of how historically bad the defense was. He's virtually a ground ball pitcher. He's always with the sinker, the low stuff.
And like you said, though, the defense should be better. It's going to be better.
So I think those, looking on, it's like, oh, he's not even worth it. Get rid of him. Right. I know Strowman, he pitched with, been around the league, played with the Mets. I mean, he's just a sinker ball guy. He's going to put the ball in play. You can't have the worst defense in all of baseball if you're going to have this guy, going out there every 5-6 days. It's just not going to work. So, if this defense is any slightly better than, what they were last year, I'm sure you're going to see some better numbers out of them. But, do they want to deal with the potential drama that he may bring? I don't know. You say he's liked in the locker room. Man, that may very well be the case. Yeah, but I could see him potentially not being on the starting roster to start the season. I think there's enough time for that. I think Yankees are open to making a move if it makes sense for them. I don't think they necessarily need him, and I think they'd like to get rid of him because of that money as well. So,
Right.
I think that's on the table. All right, bro. Again, this is going to be an ongoing conversation. Obviously, we're going to be. I'll be down there with you in 2 weeks time now, where we'll be talking baseball. So that's going to be dope. Going to be great. Definitely looking forward to us. Looking forward to that. So that's it, man. That's all I have for today. We're just about hitting 12 in the afternoon today. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. There's a lot of viewers today. Good show. Thank you for all the participants in the chat. Taskmaster, Gino. Thank you for tuning in, as always. It's a beautiful thing. And again, I'd be remiss to not bring it up again, but, we did start off today's show in honor of Anthony Rapisarda, a.k.a. Big Ant, the boss, the guy, the only one, the man, the myth, the legend, passed away from cancer at the age of 65 at his home Saturday, February 22nd. They will be holding funeral arrangements for him tomorrow in Freehold, New Jersey. Dubby will be there amongst many. I'm sure there's going to be some touching tributes. Hopefully, I'm sure they got the ambulance out there. There will be a huge representation.
That'd be crazy.
Him. I'm sure they will. There are going to be some buses out there, no doubt. I have no doubt they will. They'll do it upright for him. Unfortunately, it's a travel day for me. So I won't be out there myself. I'm going to be driving up to Lake Placid. So that means for us that we'll be off for a couple of days. So again, we'll be posting some videos. I'll be trying to get some videos while I'm on vacation. I'll bring my laptop with me and get some content out for you people and all that. Again, if you haven't already done so, please like and follow here on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, all the handles. You can find us. Epis Benedetti, Epis Radio, Dubby Dubois, we're out there. Thank you for all the, all that you do, and thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. The model of the shows keep showing up. Again, that's what we've been doing, and I hope you will choose to do the same. All right, Dub, any closing comments, my friend?
Yeah, when Matty says keep showing up, what he means. Just showing up, man. Everything you want to do, every place you want to be at, you need to be. Anything that's better for you and yours, just got to show up so we can produce. Can't produce unless we show up. It's all about availability. Rest in peace, Big Ant. And we're gonna meet Matt. You're gonna be doing a lot of things, like he said. Florida, footage everywhere, whatever. We're gonna do our thing. We're gonna be seeing you guys soon.
Absolutely, everybody. So again, thank you for showing up today on this seemingly beautiful day out here. How's the weather down by you, baby? Doing all right?
Rainy.
Typical Florida. There you go. All right.
Rainy for a couple of days.
Well, folks, if if you weren't able to catch the show or you watching it post live, thank you again. The full episode will be up on YouTube today, so please check it out. It'll be on my page, Epis Radio, or our page, Epis Radio, on YouTube, and Dubby's page as well. Just go to Dubby Dubois. All right, and hey, until next time, folks, keep showing up.
Broadcasting from the capital of sports, it's the Matty B Show. Right here on Epis Sports Radio.
And it's swung on and into the air. To deep right center. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Very deep. His right hits one deep to left field. Henley